So I've been sleeping on this green sleeping bag for the past year. It's really not been that bad. I love the color. I've slept on a lot worse. But look what I got. A bed frame. Found it on Craigslist. And it even came with a mattress. The mattress is old. You can kind of see it's falling apart. But it's like, it works. And I'm so excited. I can finally roll up the sleeping bag and sleep on a bed for first time in a while. I'm so excited. The guy dropped it off today after I got home from work. Thankfully, he was willing to drive all the way over because I did not want to take an Uber, trying to save money. But all right.
It's been a year now, today, exactly 1 year ago. I almost bought a cake. That idea lasted for about 2 seconds. I'm happy I've made it this long, but a celebration? No, it just didn't feel right. Can't believe this year has passed so quickly. Wonder if it's gone by as quickly for my parents, for the rest of them. Sometimes I think about how they might have reacted. If it changed their mind at all. If they understood why I did it. Of course, they probably didn't understand. I barely even understood it. Anyway, to them, I might as well be dead. They might as well be to me. I'll probably never see them again. 1 year ago today, I left the cult I grew up in. I still can't say if it was the best or the worst decision of my life. I've still not got enough to get my own car. I escaped with 2 others. We were talking about pulling all our money together to be able to buy one car to share, but I don't know. I like having my own things now, even if it's not much. Thankfully, my job is just down the road. There were some magical parts about being trapped in a cult, like the rare occasions I got to leave. The trips to the grocery store, the beeping of the checkout lanes, the automated doors, the songs on the radio. They all planted a seed in me. Maybe that's why I ended up getting a job at the grocery store. The magic is wearing out, though. The only good part of my job is the 30-minute lunch that comes halfway through my shift. I use it wisely. I study for my GED in back of the store. I can tell you all about irrigation, and I can recite passages of scripture from the fake religion I was raised in. But it's still pretty damn hard to solve for X. The money is nice too, but I'm by no means rich. We had no screens except each other's faces in the compound, so I knew I wanted a computer when I got out. It took me forever just to save up enough for the cheapest laptop in the store. I thought having it would make me feel more connected with the world. But it's really hard to feel connected. Almost as hard as typing your parents' name into Facebook every day, because for some reason, you think that they might leave. That they too might want to buy the cheapest computer in the store to feel more connected. It was just after my 4th grade year started. I remember recess, playing with the neighbors, piano lessons. But all of that stopped when suddenly we put the house on the market and got rid of all of our possessions. We left in the middle of the night, driving to the compound with the other 90 members. They had pulled together enough funds to build this colossal place for their delusions. I kind of feel stupid doing it, but every night I record myself telling stories. The other two never want to talk about it, so it's the only time I really have to reflect on what's happened to me.
But I just wonder what might have happened if they'd gone to the hospital. Of course, the ones who died, they would have never asked for medical help because they didn't want the rest of us thinking that they were lacking in faith. But yeah, the when someone died, it was really significant because we were living as a collective, and I guess the whole group was seen as one person in a sense. So when one person died, we felt that deeply. It was like a piece of us was dying too. Like each of us had died. So when someone died, we everything shut down. We stopped working. We went into this state of mourning, and we would have this huge feast to kind of commemorate the life of our. I guess they're like a family member, even though we weren't related. We were like all family, but to just to remember the life of our fellow community member. And yeah, and so I remember for the very last one that I went to before I left, I I made black beans. It was her favorite dish. I remember washing the beans, boiling them, adding all her favorite spices, and I took it, met everybody else. We had the huge feast to remember her, and then we locked ourselves in the Great Hall for 88 hours to do nothing but mourn, essentially. We just stayed there. And after the 88 hours was up, we left the Great Hall and life went back to normal. We never mentioned them again. So, I miss you, Sophie.
Agriculture was strictly controlled, and it was sacrilegious to have personal belongings. What happened to those who broke the rules is unspeakable. I still haven't figured out how to explain it. Not sure that I ever will. So you'll have to understand why I didn't tell anyone about the bean. You must see why I carried it for a few weeks in my pocket, back and forth from my job, where I taped it to the window so it could get sunlight while I worked silently. I was the only one ever in that building, but I still checked the window often, fearing what would happen if someone found out. Maybe you can see why this little plant finally made me decide to go with the two others, to finally leave my life behind. Perhaps you don't get it. I don't expect you to. When we finally managed to get our little house, I planted the bean right away. I had a good cry a couple of weeks later when I discovered there were hungry rabbits in the area. But life does go on, and I don't have to hide my plants anymore. And I know that now, I'm free.